continues in a moment.
Case number 148 on the calendar, the matter of Thomas versus Thomas. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated.
You folks are married and are in the process of divorcing. There are a couple of issues that you raised, Mrs. Thomas. First, you raised the issue of some credit card bills that you say your husband owes you.
Yes, ma'am.
And second, you say that you are suing him for pain and suffering during the course of your marriage. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
A couple of things I don't understand. How long have you been married?
3 years.
And you have 2 children.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are expecting a third.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas says that none of those children are his.
Correct, Your Honor.
And how old is the oldest child?
She'll be 3 in November.
So that you're married 3 years, you have 2.5 children.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are his.
Mm-hmm.
How can you claim that he harassed you?
Because, Your Honor, when we got married, he knew full well that I was pregnant. He said he would accept the responsibilities of being a father to my child.
He said that in his answer.
And when we got married, shortly after we got married, things started changing. He changed and started acting, differently than what he had said he was going to do. And he left and said he had wanted a divorce. And that put stress on my body and on me, and going through a pregnancy, as you know, is very stressful anyway. And when he left, that put stress on me. I went into premature labor with my daughter. She was born at 36 weeks.
Okay, but she's fine and healthy now,
She's
is
fine
that right?
and healthy.
Okay.
Now, when I was pregnant with my second child, he came back and said he wanted to work things out, and we got back together.
Did you tell him that the second child wasn't his?
Yes, ma'am. He knew that my son was not his.
The second child?
Yes.
Well, how did that come about? How long were you separated?
We were separated for about 7 or 8 months. And then...
and how pregnant were you when he decided that he wanted to come back?
When he decided to come back, I was like 6.5, maybe 7 months pregnant.
So right away you went out and found somebody else?
No, it wasn't.
Well,
that.
I'm not really good at math. Bert can attest to that.
Yeah.
But if you were 6.5 months pregnant and you were separated for 7 months, it didn't take you long to find a substitute for him.
No, ma'am, it didn't.
So then what happened?
And then when he decided he wanted to come back, he wanted to get back together with me, I said yes, and we got back together, and everything was fine.
What happened to the father of this child?
I left. Me and him had broken up.
And then what happened?
During my pregnancy, during the end of my pregnancy with Mario, when I was pregnant with him, he said that he would take care of the child. That's why my son is named after him. He's a junior. He signed my son's birth certificate and everything. And
sounds like a nice guy.
Yes, he seemed to be a nice guy, Your Honor. But
yeah.
Things started changing again.
Like what?
He started he started going over to his sister's house. I didn't, have a problem with him visiting his sister and everything, but he would be gone 4 and 5 days at a time and wouldn't even call to say, how you doing or anything. He would just be gone.
So that's the emotional stress that you're talking about?
Yes, ma'am. And then, my son has a problem. He has asthma. He had a problem with his lungs when he was born by me going into labor at 34 weeks when he left me the second time.
So then he left you the second time. And how long were you separated the second time?
We were separated for about 9 months, nine and a half months.
And how pregnant are you now?
I'm 8 months pregnant.
Is that the stress that you're suing for, his leaving you?
Yes, ma'am. When he left me in a financial bind as well as an emotional bind also, because we were together and we had bills, for different bills, like furniture bills and stuff like that. When he left, I had to pay those.
Who has the furniture?
I do.
Now, what are these credit card bills that you're talking about?
Some credit cards that I had gotten, and I had charged some things for him while we were together.
Like what?
Some stuff for his, he has a keyboard, different things for his keyboard and clothing or something.
How much did you charge for him?
7.
I want to see proof of that.
I have a credit card statement here. It has the balance out that I have been paying on from Sears that I have. Here, that's the balance. I just wanted him to pay half of it.
Well, I don't,
you know.
he's not responsible for the whole balance.
I know half of the balance, Your Honor.
Well, what items are on there?
This credit card statement here does not have the items that are on it. It just has the complete balance that I owe on the bill.
Well, I can't, that's not proof, madam, of anything. I don't know when you made those purchases. I don't know what those purchases were. You say that they were solely for him.
Just those, most of the purchases were.
You first you said some, then you said most.
Majority of the purchases were for him.
Well, then you should have brought me the bill that says this is what the items were. You must have that bill.
Yes, I did, but I didn't bring that on. Van Bra was the one that had the total amount due.
Did you ever charge anything on her Sears card, sir?
I didn't know she had one, ma'am.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He plays with women's minds, their emotions, and everything because he thinks he's a pretty boy, that's all.
And later today,
You put any kind of schmutz you want in the washer and dryer and then expect her to take it back.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Danielle Thomas is suing her husband Mario for pain and suffering because he left her to raise their 3 kids on her own. Mario says he doesn't believe the children are his and feels he owes her nothing.
Now, I want you to be honest with me. Did you ever charge anything on her Sears card, sir?
No, ma'am, not at all.
Okay. Do you pay any support for her?
No, ma'am.
What about child support? Are you seeking child support from him?
No, ma'am, I am not. Not at this time.
At any time?
No, ma'am.
Not so sure about that. How do you support yourself?
I'm on aid from my state. It's called AFDC for my children.
You living with the father of this baby that you're going to have?
No, ma'am, I have my own apartment.
Who is the father of this baby that you're going to have?
Brian.
What does he do for a living?
He works at Sharp and he works at Federal Express.
And who's the father of your second child?
Moses.
Does he pay any support for the child?
It will be starting in 3 months.
But so far he hasn't paid
No,
any
ma'am.
support. And the father of your first child?
Raymond, he,
Does he pay support for the child?
no, not through the court system, no, he doesn't. But he does give her money and he buys her things that she needs.
You have anything you want to tell me, sir?
Yes. A lot of things she said about me changing, that's not true, Your Honor. In the beginning, she told me she was raped. And I had no problem with that. I mean, I could accept it, and because I felt she was being honest with me. And about 2.5 months later, or after everything was rolling all good, it just kept coming back to me because of the way she said it. That it happened in her house and everybody was asleep. And I had already talked to her brother, and her brother had told me that the guy Raymond, she already liked him and was flirting around with him anyway.
So the person that she told you raped her was somebody that you now believe she just went to bed with?
Yes, ma'am, because she admitted to it. When I
When
finally
you confronted her with it?
Yes, ma'am.
So that was just a story that she had been raped?
Yes, ma'am.
So that made you mad?
Hurt and mad at the same time. And what made it so bad is when I asked her, she laughed like it was a joke. And I didn't really know how to say, well, this is over or anything like that. So I took some time and went to my sister's house. And she already didn't like me going to my sister's house anyway.
Okay, but you went to your sister's house really to escape a little bit and to think?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How old are you, sir?
24.
What kind of work do you do?
I work at Baskin-Robbins and I'm a part-time model.
How old are you?
21.
All right, Miss Thomas. You get lecture number 307. Officer Byrd is familiar with this lecture. It's unfortunately one that I have given before. You're 21 years old, going to have 3 children by 3 different fathers, none of whom support their children. Those children are being supported by me and the rest of the taxpayers in this country. You've acted wholly irresponsibly in your life with regard to that, wholly irresponsibly to your children. Not easy growing up as one of 3 children, and each one has a different father. Father's Day in your house, you're going to need a revolving door to set up the visitation. That's immature, irresponsible, and very stupid. Now, I don't know where you get the best word that I can think of is chutzpah, which means nerve. To come into court and sue him for mental and emotional stress. I haven't heard, madam, that he's caused you any mental or emotional stress. As a matter of fact, I think based upon what you've told me and what he's told me, he exercised a great deal of restraint by just walking out of the house and going to his sister's house. As far as these credit card bills that you're talking about, you have produced no proof that is satisfactory to me that he owes you a penny. Nothing. Truth of the matter is, the only thing that's irritating is since you support yourself by welfare and you pay your Sears bill by welfare, I'm really paying the Sears bill. So that's irritating. That's irritating number 3. Your lawsuit is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Alphabetical to your right, please.
He would constantly keep calling and lying to me, saying he wanted to get back with me and everything. And, you know, it's just a bunch of mess. That's all it really was.
And now the next case.
Parties on Williams versus Brazil versus Parker. Step forward, please.
Rosalinda San Miguel is suing her exterminator, Brandon Parker, because she claims he entered her apartment without knocking and saw her in the nude. She's suing for mental anguish.
All right. You're in the shower.
I was getting ready to take a shower.
And you heard a knocking on your door?
Yes.
What did you do?
I went to my son's bedroom to look through the window to see who it was.
And who was it?
It was a pest control man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pest control.
Yes.
An exterminator.
Right.
Correct.
Of bugs.
Excuse me?
Of bugs.
Bugs, anything?
Anything. And so what did you do?
When I seen that it was him, I ignored it because I hadn't ordered no services for that day. So as I proceeded to go down the hallway to go back into the bathroom, I saw like a light in my living room. And when I went in there, he was in my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time when I went in there, I was naked.
When and where?
Into the living room because I had removed all my clothing already when I was getting ready for my shower.
So you're suing him for all kinds of pain, suffering, and distress because he let himself into your apartment and saw you naked. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, Mr. Parker.
Yes, ma'am. I was going to this apartment complex for my first time. We had just gotten the account, and they gave me a sheet of paper of a list of apartments to do. And they told me to pick 5 apartments out of this, about 20 apartments on there to do, so I went about doing that.
How did you get into these 5 apartments? So you picked 5 apartments?
Right.
How did you get into these 5 apartments?
The management sent a maintenance person with me, plus they gave me a key. Halfway through doing these apartments, the maintenance person left. So I chose her apartment was one of the last ones I was to do, and I went to her door, I knocked, and I knocked, and I knocked. No one would answer the door.
Mm-hmm.
So I assumed the apartment was empty, and I was to go in there, do my business, and get out and get gone. So I unlocked the door, opened the door, said pest control. I yelled it 3 times, and then about after the 3rd time, she came through the hallway. She was not naked.
She was
not naked.
What was she wearing?
She had a long t-shirt on and what appeared to be shorts. And as I was trying to understand her, what she was trying to say to me, she was pushing me out the door. I was trying to explain to her what I was to do, and it came out to be that I had mistaken her apartment for another one that was in the same area.
Let me understand this. Was her apartment number on this list that you got?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
I also have a copy of the work order log. I had ordered for services 6/20/97, and it specifically says spiders outside only.
Miss Miguel, the problem is, when I read your complaint and I read his answer, it appears to me that this gentleman was told that your apartment was one of those apartments that was to be serviced that day. Do you understand?
Yes.
So my question is, if that is true, then you are suing the wrong person. You should be suing your management company, the people who told him to go into your apartment. What are you suing him for?
Correct.
He was following instructions.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I just felt I was very violated. I really was. I can understand a mistake, like I've said, but when you're asked to leave, you are to leave.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Rosalinda San Miguel is suing her exterminator, Brandon Parker, because she claims he entered her apartment without knocking and saw her in the nude. She's suing for mental anguish.
On this work order log, Your Honor, it states the date of services that were supposed to be done that day.
You mean this is the work order log that he had?
This is the work order log that my management had.
Not that your management. I want to see the one that he had.
It's
so
the same
I
one.
will. What?
It's
the
the
same
same
thing?
one, Your Honor.
Let me see.
The one highlighted is my apartment, Your Honor.
Okay. President. Sir, I'd like you to look at this. This is what your employer submitted.
Right.
I'd like you to take a look at that piece of paper, please. And I have a copy of it. Does it not indicate that her apartment was only to be serviced outside?
Yes, that's what I'm saying is on the line above it, it says roaches. Whenever I went to do that, I was a busy day, and I had misread the line above it from what I was spraying for.
No, you
to go
didn't
into
tell me
her.
that before, sir.
Well, I should have. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't tell me that before. Before you told me that you had received a list, you went into the list, and it turned
Yeah,
out to be...
This is what I was received.
So you went into the wrong apartment.
Right.
You, the management company didn't tell you to go into that apartment. You went into the wrong apartment.
They told me to pick 5 apartments from this whole sheet.
Right, but
They
her
didn't.
apartment says spiders outside.
Right.
So what'd you go inside for?
Because I misread the line above
Because you
it.
made a...
Mistake.
Okay, that's simple.
Right.
Now, you made a mistake. So you're not suing his boss, who clearly has deep pockets, much deeper pockets, because you could have. You understand that.
Yes.
That was your mistake.
Yes, ma'am.
He made a mistake. Now, is this a $5,000 mistake? Because that's what you're suing for? You're going to have to explain to me why this was a $5,000 mistake, Ms. Miguel, because I can see an apology and some sort of minimal compensation, but quite frankly, I don't see where this mistake, and it was clearly an honest mistake, is worth anywhere near $5,000.
Your Honor, we're all human. I know we all make mistakes, and I mean, my heart's not that cold, you know, to say, okay, you made a mistake. But when he went in, and I told him, what are you doing in here? He told me that he had a work order, you know, to spray for roaches. I go, I don't have roaches. You need to leave. He told me, no, you signed a waiver with your manager that I can come in here. And I told him, I never did no such thing. I asked him to leave about 3 or 4 times, Your Honor, and he would not leave. I had to take the master keys myself from the lock, and I threw them and I shoved them out my door. And I told him, I will meet you in my manager's office, because he refused to leave my home. I told him, I live here, and I'm telling you to leave, and he wouldn't leave.
Well, you understand, Ms. Miguel, that he honestly believed that he had a work order to do your apartment. You understand that? I mean, he wasn't making that up. He honestly believed that he had a work order. He misread a line. How many times did she ask you to leave, sir?
As far as I remember, I heard maybe once or twice.
Well, why didn't you leave right away?
Because I was trying to understand what she was wanting me to do.
She wanted you to leave.
Yes, I understand that, but she was speaking so fast, I was having trouble understanding her.
How long have you been working for this exterminating company, sir?
Approximately 5 to 6 months.
How much do you earn a day?
About $50 a day.
You have family?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of family do you have?
I have a wife and a young child.
How old's your child?
He's going to be a year in September.
How much money do you bring home a week?
Approximately $200.
Is that correct, sir?
Yes, it is.
Doesn't sound like a lot of money.
It's not.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
Now, he makes $50 a day. He. The exterminating company, they make probably a lot more than $50 a day, right?
Yes, we do.
But you didn't sue them. You sued him. I think he made an honest mistake. I think he probably didn't act appropriately right away because he couldn't understand you. You were very upset. Should have left right away when she told you to
ma'am,
leave.
I understand that.
You understand that?
Yes.
It's going to cost you 2 days' pay. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $100. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Out the back door to your right, please.
You were engaged to be married to Miss Rigos' mother. Is that right?
That's true, yes.
Lived together for a while?
Yes, we were.
And unfortunately, according to your complaint, the plaintiff is her daughter, and she says that there's certain property of her mother's that she wants that's in your possession. Is that what this case is about? Not in $5,000.
I'm not interested in the money, Your Honor.
No, she says she just wants the property back. That was her mother's. Ms. Rigos, I read Mr. Gomez's answer to your complaint, and I must tell you that based upon and my sense from reading his answer is that he loved your mother very much.
I did, very much, yes.
What are these things that you want of your mother's?
Well, in the beginning, it was mainly just, certain momentum. A month and a half ago, and it was just a couple of boxes with her shoes, 2 bags of clothes, which is not in Europe, in Michigan, when we were growing up. That's it.
What's the old country?
In Malta.
So he gave you back the mementos, those photos.
Things that my kids bought, their grandma, for birthdays. I stayed there for a couple months, and it lasted there all these years. And my son called him in April and asked him if he could get it. And there's just other things that are there that are mine. My sewing machine, which he had brought. Why he would tell a little 10-year-old that. He has not gotten a hold of me.
Okay.
And then when she came back, she asked me that, I told her to come back and we'll live together, and she asked me if I could help her start a business. I said,
responsibility to contribute to those funeral expenses. You know that. I assume he did it because he loved your mother. Well, just a sec. What he's saying is he took out a loan for the equipment.
Yes, I understand that, but the loan came from...
It's my job to determine whether somebody is a credible witness. Yes, sir.
One more question I have.
Well, I do. I do. I think that you all have to understand that when somebody dies, everybody feels sad. I thought about this a lot over the last 20 years, whenever I've had family.
He went in with, in the beginning, I abide by his wishes. We all did. He said, give me a couple months. I don't want to part with your mother's things. We abide by it.
No, listen to me.
He wanted half of my mother's ashes, which is immoral.
Listen to me. You lived with her for 4 years. Nonsense, folks.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I loved her.
That's outrageous. He's not a bad person. He cared for her.
We didn't say he
I
was,
can
right?
understand you saying to me, I want the things that belong to my mother. Want to give them back in the frames, that's fine.
Yes.
Okay? So that you're going to give back. Now, do you have this motorcycle? Do that?
I'll do that.
Did you bring any of these things with you to court?
Set my plug to my sewing machine.
It's in the box.
The dish set is?
I didn't know it was there. That's what she said.
For better, for worse, they were a couple. And you should be happy that your mother, from the time she was 48...
Or whatever. She had that on there, and she just
a
says,
second.
I gave it that.
Just a minute.
It was stuck in the back.
It is. And you keep it, sir.
Thank you very much.
You got to get over your anger.
This means very,
Pretty lady.
very, very much to me.
Pretty lady. Okay.
Thank you.
Give them back their things. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. See you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Remind me of her. And I have a pair of shoes that slippers that she took off, and I never touched them yet. I just leave them there.
You never showed me the note when I told you about this.
That's right, I'm angry. I'm angry. Yes, I am. In the 4 years, okay?
Where's
So
the
stay
note?
out
I
of
wanna see
it.
the note for this.
Stay out of it.
Why did you have never showed me the note when I told you about this?
That's right, I'm angry. I'm angry. Yes, I am angry. He never loved my mother. She was miserable because of his daughter. Okay? To my mother's funeral. That was uncalled for.
This is case number 134 on the calendar in the matter of Apolinario versus Matizone. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Have a seat.
You folks rented a room in your home to the defendant, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And your complaint alleges that her little boy broke a computer?
That's
right.
There's a very short piece about the computer in your complaint. And a very long piece about a piece of Tupperware that she took.
Here they are.
So, it says that you rented one of your master bedrooms in your home. Why did you decide to do that?
For extra money, Your Honor.
Did you put an ad in the paper?
Yes, we put it in the ad in the papers.
And she responded to the ad?
She responded to the ad, and she seems to be a nice person. And on the first day, she told us, it looks like that she already knew us. She tell us a lot of stories about her problems, even the first meeting. So we
So you
thought she's a
decided
nice
to rent her a
person,
room?
That's right.
Yeah.
And you were living there with your son?
I was.
How old is your son?
He was 4.5. And when I responded to the ad, I talked to them. I wanted to meet them and see if I can trust them and everything like that. And they lied to me. They told me that they only have 3 kids and a niece that living in that house. And then I found out when I was already living there were like 11 people with 2 sisters and 2 children of each.
So why didn't you move out?
I moved out because...
No, why didn't you immediately when you found out that there were so many people there? If that bothered you, why didn't you leave?
Right. I was in the middle of job change. And it was so many furnitures. I have a lot of things in the storage and a lot of stuff that I have to move. And it was a hassle because I got a new job nearby to that house in that city. So I thought that I can have a good relationship with them.
Fine. So it didn't make any difference to you that there were so many people living there?
Right.
You stayed there?
I did.
All right. Now let's get to the broken computer. This is not a big deal. You had a son. How old is he?
He was 4.5.
You say he broke your computer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who saw him do that?
I got a witness, my daughter, who was inside the room at that time.
How old are you?
8.
8? What is your name?
Angeline.
Angelina? Come up here. Have a seat. Can you get up there? Sure you can. Hi.
Hi.
Did you go to school?
Yeah.
I have a few questions to ask you, okay? Because you're only 8 years old, so I have to find out whether I can swear you to take an oath in court. You're very pretty. Are you nervous?
No.
Don't be. What grade are you in school?
Second, but I'm going to be in 3rd.
Do you have a best friend in school?
Yeah.
Did you ever tell a fib?
No.
A lie?
No.
Did you ever tell a lie to your folks? To your mom, to your dad? Even a little one?
No.
Not even a little one?
Yeah.
When you told a little lie to your mom and dad, did you get punished?
Yeah.
Now, if I were to tell you that this was a duck, would that be the truth or a lie?
Lie.
Because it's what?
About that.
Now, Angelina, if I were to tell you that the judge, that's me, right, is a young, beautiful woman, would that be the truth or a lie?
Truth.
Yes! Very smart little girl. Very smart little girl. Okay. Could you do me a favor, and I'm going to let you sit there. Can you raise your right hand? You know your right hand?
Mm.
Do you swear to tell the truth?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know this lady's little boy?
Yeah.
What's his name?
DJ.
Did you see him do anything to the computer?
Yeah.
What did you see him do?
He put the disk in the computer.
And did something happen to the computer after he did that?
Yeah, it broke.
How do you know it broke, Angelina?
Well, I didn't really check it, but my brother told me it was broken.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Listen to me. You're
Your
not
Honor,
going to waste my
excuse
time
me,
with
I got a
Tupperware that's
witness.
worth $3.
Not even. Semi-cost. It's only $1.65.
And later today,
All she could do was stand there and let him abuse me after 8 years of friendship.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Marissa Matazan, a 34-year-old travel agent, says she should not be responsible for damage that Amante and Emma Apolinario say her son caused to their computer.
Now, did you have a discussion with the defendant about this computer?
Yes, Your Honor, and many times she agreed to repair it. She even called her friend to look at it. And all I was
Did you do
thinking,
that?
Yes, I tried, but I told them that I cannot accept it. But they are all over me and tell me that my son is the youngest, that he's the only one capable of destroying that computer.
Yes, go ahead.
She's a liar.
No.
She keeps on promising us, especially me. She told me before, after she moved out, after June 15, she went back to my house. And she said, I asked her, where is the parts that you want to buy for our computer? She said, oh, I already ordered it. I already ordered it,
Did you
and
tell
it's
her
my
that?
mind. That's
Did
my
you tell her
responsibility.
that you had already
That's what
ordered
she
the
said
parts?
to me.
Shh. Did you tell? Listen to me. Did you tell her that you had ordered the parts for the computer?
I said I will order it.
Okay. Well, then you agreed to pay for it. How much were the parts?
It's $100 something.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I thought that the CD-ROM was the only defective, but it wasn't the CD-ROM that was defective.
Sir, you didn't pay all that much money for the whole computer.
I did.
No, you didn't.
What happened is, when they told me that the computer is broken, the computer is all over, I mean, it's torn apart.
Bottom line is you agreed to pay for the parts.
This is what I
Period.
said.
You agreed to pay for the parts. Now, how much were the parts that you agreed to pay for?
It's $125.
Okay. Next, what's about this Tupperware? Tell me about the Tupperware.
But can I just say something before
No,
that?
tell me about the Tupperware.
Okay.
I'm getting frustrated.
Wesley went on June 15. It was June 15. Yeah.
June 15, she left the house,
Yeah.
and then she went back. She left Sunday. She went back Wednesday, and me and my husband and my kids are there, supposed to be leaving, going to church. And she went by, and then
Give me
she
the
said,
Tupperware,
okay,
please.
the Tupperware. She's asking me about the Tupperware. I saw it in the garage. I told her, I never see any Tupperware of yours. What I know is
What is in the bag,
Okay.
madam?
This is what happened. Before I left on Sunday...
Is that the Tupperware that,
Yes, it
that
is.
you're wasting my time about? Could I
Yes.
see it, please?
Here.
Yeah, it's funny.
Just a second. Whose Tupperware is that?
Mine.
Both items?
Yes.
Okay.
And I have more other parts that were stolen from their garage.
That's all I'm hearing.
That's why I wanted to tell you the story. Before I left, I asked her permission if I can leave my boxes because I didn't have any more room in my car, that
Just
I
a
can
second.
pick them up.
Which? Not interested in that. Which of these two items do you say is yours?
All of those are mine. I have a receipt here that I have lots of Tupperware in my house.
She bought my
Honor?
Tupperwares. I'm a dealer for less cost. Less
Your-
cost of what I bought of my Tupperware. She bought.
Oh, you're not going to listen to me. You're
Your
not
Honor,
going to waste my
excuse me,
time
Your
with
Honor. I got a
Tupperware that's worth
witness.
$3.
Your Honor?
I know, that's right.
Not even. Not
What?
even. Semi-cost. It's only $1.65.
Fine. Would you give? You giving it to her? Perfect. We've resolved the Tupperware.
I have plenty. She bought all my
Stop.
Tupperwares.
We've just resolved the
I'm a dealer.
Tupperware.
Can I say something?
About what?
She come to my house and she got the Tupperware without my knowledge. Without
I
her
told her
knowledge.
needs.
I'm the owner of the house.
Listen to me. Wow.
She admitted.
I
excuse me,
couldn't believe when I read this complaint that there were 2 lines about a broken computer and 20 lines about Tupperware. I couldn't understand that. I still don't understand that.
Because
Must
you
be
have a witness,
very
Your
valuable Tupperware.
Well,
you
Your-
now
Your
have it
Honor-
back. Quiet. Look, you have to pay them $125. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Big liar.
And now the next case.
Parties on Pinkham versus Crawford. 3 on the calendar in the matter of Lucio versus Cole. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mrs. Lucio, is this your husband?
Yes.
Why don't you have a seat, sir? And you are Dr. Cole.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Lucio, you are suing Dr. Cole because you say that he performed a breast augmentation procedure for you and you were not satisfied with the result.
That's correct, Your Honor.
I gather from your complaint that this was not the first time that you had had a breast augmentation procedure.
That's correct.
When was the first time that you had the procedure done?
It was in 1992.
What happened with that procedure?
It was fine.
So why are you doing it again?
For larger breasts.
Why?
It's what I wanted.
If you had the procedure done in 1992 and you said it was fine, what changed in the last 4 or 5 years?
I just thought that I would prefer larger breasts. I had breastfed my children, and I was at a certain size. And with age, my figure had changed, and that I wanted it more in proportion.
And are you telling me that you were totally satisfied with the procedure that was done in 1992?
Yes.
Well, let me make sure. Didn't you tell me in your complaint that your breast size was different? One was heavier than the other?
That was before any surgery.
And after the 1992 surgery, both breasts were exactly the same?
Pretty much. It was from a different doctor.
I know it was from a different doctor. What do you mean, pretty much?
It was to my satisfaction, yes.
Okay. And then you consulted Dr. Cole.
That's correct.
Why didn't you go back to the doctor that you consulted in 1992 and who did the surgery in 1992?
He had moved.
Okay. Moved to another city, another...
I just couldn't find him. He had moved. He had moved from an area he wasn't... I couldn't find him. I couldn't locate him.
Did you try?
I had went to him when I had a problem with some pain, and I had went back to his office, and they were doing some remodeling around that area. And also I had had a girlfriend that gave me some information on Dr. Cole, and I had seen his work on some lip surgery that he had done for her, and I just thought I'd try another doctor.
Okay. So he came well recommended to you?
He came recommended for a different type of surgery.
So why did you decide to use him for breast surgery?
I went and had a consultation with him. I listened to what he had to say, and I just thought I would use him.
How much was he going to charge you for the surgery?
He was going to charge me originally $3,600.
And ultimately?
The $75 consultation fee, and then I also paid, the total was $3,200 with the surgical center was $800, which brought a total of $4,000.
How much did you pay for the first surgery?
I don't recall, not the total.
Do you remember?
I wasn't involved with her at the time.
Oh.
I wasn't married to her at the time, Your Honor.
When did the two of you get married?
In '95.
But you have children from a prior marriage, is that right?
Correct, yes.
You have no children together?
No.
I want to ask you a couple of questions, so stand up here. You fell in love with her the way she was, right?
Yes.
Did you encourage her to have this second surgical procedure?
No, I did not.
Did you try to discourage her?
Yes, I did.
My kind of man. You said, I love you the way you are, honey, don't do it.
Yes, I did.
Probably should have listened to him. How long do you stay in the hospital when you have this surgical procedure?
2 hours.
And how long is the discomfort period afterwards?
It's for about a week.
Or more?
Or more.
Well, in this case, Your Honor, it's ever since it's happened, she's not able to even look at herself in the mirror. I have to deal with that.
Well, I don't quite understand, because according to the complaint, your complaint against Dr. Cole is that your breasts are a different size.
Correct, they're uneven.
Uneven.
We paid the money that we paid for them to be even. They were even the
I
first
wouldn't have
time.
listened to me. At my age, I don't look so closely anymore. Even, uneven, I'm just happy that I have them, that's it.
Well, Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
The first time she had it done, they were even. They were balanced out. We informed Dr. Cole and we gave him the procedure that had been done the first time and explained to him that they were uneven and that the first doctor had compensated for the fact that they were uneven. He explained to us that he understood and that he would make the proper adjustment to make them come out even, which he did not.
Dr. Cole, I'll hear you, sir.
When the couple came to me, the chief complaint here was that they did not like the first surgeon's work at all. She complains, and I have pictures to show, that the nipples pointed towards the axilla or the armpits bilaterally.
Did you complain about that?
No, he showed that to me, but I hadn't noticed.
You hadn't noticed it?
I mean, it was the way I was.
Go ahead.
She had a large retraction pocket with a muscle pulling in on the right side particularly. The breasts weren't round or smooth. They were irregularly shaped where the type of implants that were placed were adhesed to the capsules.
I don't understand all that. Does that mean they didn't look nice?
They didn't look nice.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
So if you want to come back into chambers with me and you want to show me what your breasts look like, I'm certainly prepared to do that.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Plastic surgeon Dr. Richard Cole denies he did anything wrong when he performed breast enlargement surgery on Sandra Lucio. Sandra says Dr. Cole botched the procedure.
Go ahead, Dr. Cole.
The chief complaint they had at that time was the shape. They did not like the shape of the breast. They didn't think it was normal or natural, and there was a lot of discomfort, particularly on the right side. The second thing...
Well, you said that you had gone back to the other doctor because you'd had some discomfort.
I had pulled a muscle.
Just a second. Look at me. Did you complain that you had discomfort to Dr. Cole?
That I had... No.
Discomfort?
No, he's not the one that I went back to. I went back to the original one.
I know that. When you went to see Dr. Cole, did you tell him that you had discomfort?
I had pain.
Pain. All right. You told him that you had pain on one side of your breast?
No, I had pain from the incisions, not pain from...
What difference does it make whether it's pain from the incision from the surgery or pain from the implant? It's the same thing. You had pain in your breast, madam. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
I understand.
Go ahead, Dr. Cole.
The second thing they said was they'd like to have the breast enlarged if possible. The third thing I garnished not from them, but from the records they had given me from the first surgery, that there was some inequality between the breast sizes. The doctor had estimated that the difference between the two breasts was around 25 cc's difference, which is less than 2 tablespoons. But I said, if that's the third thing in terms of your interest, I will try to get that as close as possible. When I did the surgical procedure, I had a difficult time getting the capsules, the shape of the breasts, and I spent most of my time working on that so they'd be round and smooth, the nipples would point forward. The second amount of time I tried to do was to get the implant of largest size that I could in. And I explained this to Lucio's time and time again, that I could only get the size implant in that I could get in. I could not get more stuff in the area if it would not go. And I fill the implants till they're completely full, and as much size as... I do not have any prior conceived notion about implant size. They cost the same to me. There's no more problem getting them in if they're bigger. I had no axe to grind as far as I put the largest ones that would fit in her body safely and still be able to close the muscle tissue. I did that, and by the time I got the implants filled, I could not take some out of one side to make them even because it would have made one implant grossly smaller than the other. And I explained this to him, that I had done the best I could to get best shape, the most size I could out of them, and that's what my aims were. She had on one side, just for numbers, 300 cc's before I started, and I ended up with 430. That's over a third larger than what she started off with. On the other side, again, I put 430 cc's.
Do you have photographs for me?
I have preoperative photographs.
And I'd like to see the postoperative photographs.
I don't have any post-op. She did not come back for the post-op.
Some photographs.
Well, I'd like to take a look at...
Sir, stay right there.
Okay. Can I see the postoperative photographs, please?
May I say something, Your Honor?
Yes.
When we went to Dr. Cole informed us that he was able to put 400, the bag size, 400 cc's in her breasts and enlarge them to anywhere between, one side would be 450 to 460, the other side would be 490 to almost 500. When the doctor did the surgery, the only reason we even found out that he didn't put the right size in was because we asked for a copy of his report from his secretary. His secretary gave us a copy of the report. My wife was just devastated because he had not put the size that he indicated to us. We immediately went back into his office and said, "You didn't put the right size." He said, "Well, they no longer make that size."
Mr. Lucio.
Yes.
I can't use these photographs because these photographs don't show me anything. You showed me photographs, and your wife is wearing a brassiere.
Well, she was embarrassed to show you them without, Your Honor.
Well, then, that's not proof, sir. I need proof.
That shows you that I can't wear a bra.
No, it doesn't, madam, because I can, any woman can put on a bra, and unless she puts both sides in the same way, she can manipulate one side so one side looks one way and one side looks the other way. I have one set of photographs with the way you look pre-operative, and I don't have anything here. You understand that, Mr. Lucio? I mean, what I have here is something that's masked, that's covered.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Then there's something more involved here than the desire to have perfect, huge breasts.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 38-year-old Sandra Lucio and her husband Jesse are suing Sandra's plastic surgeon, Dr. Richard Cole. The Lucios claim Dr. Cole botched Sandra's breast enlargement surgery, and now she faces another operation.
I mean, what I have here is something that's masked, that's covered.
Well, we have a report, I'm sorry, from another doctor, Dr. Villicana. Wait, no, it's, if I may, just, Your Honor, it's just a...
Evaluation and the cost of what it would be to correct the surgery.
I am not going to read a report from another doctor. If you want to show me another doctor's bill, a bill I will certainly look at, but I will not accept another doctor's statement in lieu of the doctor's testimony.
We were charged for this doctor's report so that he could also, show you that there is a difference. Just by
He says there's a difference. Madam, he says that there's a difference.
This is a drastic difference. I cannot wear a bra that's a normal size. One size fits and the other one does not. I would show you, you're a woman, you would just by looking at me. I can't wear a bathing suit. I can't wear anything.
Have you been back to Dr. Cole?
We talked to Dr. Cole. The way he told me is that every woman is basically odd-sized. You're not born even. And he said that there wasn't much difference. To me, there is a difference. Eventually, after talking to him, then he said, okay, I agree. He would go in and reopen the valve. When we spoke to the other doctor...
When he said reopen the valve, he meant reopen the valve and take some out from one side?
No, he was going to put some more in.
Madam, I don't understand you. You know, I'm looking at the procedure, the preoperative procedure, the preoperative photographs. And quite frankly, I don't understand why in the world an apparently intelligent woman would want to have her breasts enlarged any larger than these are.
You make intelligent choices. I made an intelligent choice. You may not agree, but it was my choice.
It was your choice. It was your choice, and what's going to happen is you're going to have 3 surgeries on your breast. You know, there were women out there, Miss Lucio, who would love to just have breasts that didn't give them any trouble. 2 natural, nice breasts that didn't cause them any grief. You have children. You got a nice husband who said to you, dear, I love you just the way you are. Don't do anything. You're going to have surgery now 3 times in order to...
Well, if he would have done it properly, I would have only had the 2. I would have been satisfied with what I wanted, what I asked for.
Miss Lucio, I can't tell from your photographs the extent of the difference. So if you want to come back into chambers with me and you want to show me what your breasts look like, and I am not an expert, so I'm just a lay person looking at you and seeing whether there's such an aberration so that there is such negligence on the part of the doctor so that I should award you $5,000. I'm certainly prepared to do that. Is that what you want to do?
That's fine.
Let's go.
Step over this way, ma'am.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Dr. Cole, I must tell you that when we were in the back, I had no conversation with Mrs. Lucio with regard to this case. She was very upset. She still seems to be very upset, and what I was trying to do was to calm her a little bit and to tell her that if she wasn't prepared to proceed with this matter today, I was prepared to adjourn it unless she could compose herself. But we did not discuss the case because I know you were not with me. You might have felt certain misgivings. Do you understand?
I have no misgivings, Your Honor.
Good. Ms. Lucio, I want you to look at me. I'm jealous. I say that in the hope to get a smile on your face, madam. I will tell you that what I viewed back there was a hell of a lot better than the photographs, the preoperative photographs that were furnished to me by Dr. Cole. And quite frankly, Mr. Lucio, I think you are exaggerating to a tremendous extent. What you said was a vast difference in the size of your wife's breasts. I certainly did not see it. I saw a breast enlargement that clearly was larger than what she had. The shape was much better than what she had. And whatever difference in size was de minimis to my naked, untrained eye. And I tell you, Miss Lucio, right now that I believe that if you're prepared to put yourself through another surgical procedure, then there's something more involved here than the desire to have perfect, huge breasts. And that you would be very wise to address what it is that's really motivating you to do this. To cut yourself up every couple of years in the quest to have the perfect breast. You are the mother of, you told me in the back, 3 children. Right? You've got a husband who seems like a nice guy who says, I like you just the way you are. What I saw back there would, to me, it's as close to perfect as you could want. And yet you're not satisfied, so there's something else there. And I suggest that it may need a different kind of doctor to address what would motivate someone like you, who has 3 healthy kids, doesn't have breast cancer, thank God, doesn't have anything wrong with themselves, to put you through 3 surgeries because you see that one breast is slightly smaller than the other. Insane. And for you to encourage her in that regard, sir, is wrong. You know what? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I understand.
I know you understand. You seem like an intelligent man. Don't encourage her. There's something else there in your wife's head that she's unhappy with. And if this is the vehicle that she's using in order to satisfy that, it's destructive. Dr. Cole, I don't think you made any errors when you did the surgical procedure on the plaintiff. I'm dismissing her lawsuit. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy, next case.
Parties on Kirk versus Schwartz. Step forward, please.
Danielle Kirk says bookkeeper Ronit Schwartz banged her car with a bag of groceries. Ronit says she only touched the car as Danielle drove recklessly through the parking lot.
Ms. Kirk, you allege in your papers that the defendant damaged your car when she hit it intentionally with a bag of groceries.
That is correct.
Want to tell me where you were and how this happened, please?
On July the 9th, I was backing out of a parking spot at the Pavilions shopping center, and I was 2/3 of the way out of the lot when I noticed that...
Out of the lot or out of the...
Out of a parking space. When I noticed that the defendant had stepped behind my car with a small child. So I stopped and let her proceed behind my car, and as she crossed in front of my car to get to her car, she stopped and started yelling obscenities and whatnot. So I just looked at her. I didn't say anything. I made no gestures to her. She finished crossing in front of my car and started walking towards her car, and I turned my car and proceeded to try and exit the lot. When the car behind me honked, she turned and swung a bag of groceries and hit the side of my car.
The car behind you?
Was honking at me to leave, but I couldn't leave because she was standing in front of my car. So as I went to leave, she turned and swung and hit my car.
All right, let me try to understand this. There were rows of parked cars.
Correct.
You're backing out of the spot.
Yes.
The defendant and her child were walking and were behind your car, so you stopped.
Yes.
Then you say she came around to the front of your car.
Yes, she was crossing in front of my car to get to her car.
So then you finished pulling out, so your car was backed out
Correct.
And sort of with the nose heading towards the exit.
Right.
And she was at this point in front of your car.
Mm-hmm.
So you couldn't move.
Right.
And then a car behind you that was also trying to exit, you said?
They wanted my spot. They wanted to pull into the spot that I was leaving out of.
Okay, so they honked.
Right.
And then she swung her bag of
And
groceries.
she turned and swung and hit the side of my car.
Did you hear it?
Yes.
What did it sound like?
It was a loud thump. There was something heavy in her bags.
Okay. Did you get out and look at the car at that time?
Yes, I did.
And what did you see?
I saw a dent behind the passenger side door where the door opens, and I showed it to her.
Okay. And you got out, and then what happened?
I asked her why she did it. She admitted that she did it. At first, she said she swung a bag of groceries. Then she said she hit her hand on my car. Then she changed the story the third time and said it was just a box of cereal. But we
Did she say why she did it?
No, she did not.
You have an estimate for the damage?
Yes, I do.
Can I see it, please?
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Schwartz, you want to tell me your version of these events, please?
Yes. I was walking with my daughter on, there were 2 lanes of cars with their backs to us on the left side of the lane. I was walking and her car came out. We were there and her car came out of the parking spot. And I grabbed my daughter and moved back. Then she started proceeding, not letting me go first. She started proceeding and I said, wait a minute, hold it, because we were there. Then she made kind of motions that we could walk in front of her car, and we started walking in front of her car and she proceeded to go. It's like, you know, she didn't really give us enough time. Then she passed us and I was behind the car already, and I turned around with, my 8-year-old had 2 bags and I had 2 bags, and I turned around to yell something because I was angry. And then all of a sudden she pulled over, she blocked my car where I was. And then she started saying, you hit my car, you deliberately hit my car.
Well, you did hit her car with your groceries.
Not intentionally.
No, Mr.
Absolutely.
Schwartz, that's not true.
Yes, it is true.
No.
Yes, it is
You were
true.
no, Mr. Schwartz. You were angry and you hit her car with the groceries. There's
No, I
que-
did not deliberately hit her
sure
car
you
with
did.
my groceries. I turned her car around. Her car was already past me. I had my daughter's. I had 2 bags of groceries. She had 2 bags of groceries, plus I was holding her hand. Because on 3
In
separate
order
times,
to
she wouldn't let
cause
us.
a dent in the car of over $400, you had to
Except that I didn't put that
accidentally whip around.
Except that I didn't cause
Not,
that
madam,
dent.
just turn around so that the bag of groceries taps it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand you perfectly.
I understand what you're saying, but I never was near the passenger side of her car. I was behind it when she had already stopped, and I never deliberately attacked her with my groceries.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Mrs. Schwartz, judges are only human beings. We don't deal with computers, so you have to rely on what is common sense and our own human experience. And having driven myself in parking lots, been a pedestrian on the street, I can't tell you that, especially when I'm in New York City, how many taxi cabs I would like to hit with a heavy object. You remember those days?
Oh, Judge, I know.
Right? Because you feel as if people are being inconsiderate, people are not being careful enough behind the wheel, and you want to be able to respond to it. Mrs. Schwartz, you lost your temper. You owe her $432.69. Whatever she did was an accident if she transgressed on your rights as a pedestrian. What you did was a purposeful act of vandalism that's going to cost you $432. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Your Honor, this is number 174 in the calendar in the matter of Leporati versus Shottel. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated.
This used to be your boyfriend.
Yes.
You lived together for a while in his parents' home. Is that right?
No, I always resided at my father's house, but I did spend time at his mother's.
Did you ever sleep there?
Yes.
More than once a week?
Yes.
All right. According to your complaint, he owes you $350. $250 that you gave him to pay back some money for his daughter's school,
His son,
daycare,
yes.
or his son's school. How old is this child?
4.5.
Were you married to his mother?
Yes, I was for 4 years.
And when were you divorced?
About 3.5 years ago.
So how old is the child?
It's 4.5. He was 1.
He was 1 when you
Yes.
separated. And in addition to the $250 that you lent him for the child's daycare, you had purchased a camcorder together for $200. When you split up, he kept the camcorder.
Correct.
Your defense to this action, sir, is?
I have the camcorder, yes.
Okay. You have the camcorder and you
I've
paid?
always had possession of it, yes.
And she paid?
We went in on it together as like everything that we do together. We just, you know, we buy something, we owned it, and it just surprised me that she asked for the $100 back. So.
Because he decided since he broke up, it was his house, it became his possession, no longer mine.
Okay, so let's take care of this $100 camcorder first. You weren't married?
No.
So you each put in half of the camcorder?
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
It was $200. You kept the camcorder?
Yep.
Is that fair?
I think it's fair.
Tell me why.
Because, for one, it was my idea to buy it. It was my partner that I bought it from, and she's, never even used it, and it needed work, so I had to pay for the work to be done on it.
When did it need work?
We didn't even use it, but maybe a couple of weeks, and then I needed to buy a new battery for it. The charger went bad, so, it wasn't even working. I paid for all that.
But he's forgetting to let you know that when we bought the camcorder, I put up the $200 up front, and then he paid me back the $100 for it.
Just a second. You say here in your answer to her complaint that the friend that you bought this camera from was a really good friend, and he was selling you this great camcorder for a rock-bottom price.
Correct.
Well, so why don't you think that you owe her half, which is the $100 that she put in? Otherwise, it seems very inequitable to me, sir, that you got the camera and she's got nothing.
Okay, I guess I look at it like if we were to have, we have other possessions together. Say she bought me a skateboard. Am I supposed to give her half the skateboard money back because she bought it for a gift?
This is not a gift, sir. I mean, don't you
Everything
understand the
we
difference?
bought together was ours.
This is not a gift. There's a difference between a gift and something you went into together. She put up the $200, you gave her $100 back. That means you bought this as a joint item. Assuming that you were married, it would be considered community property.
Correct.
Court would order it to be sold, you'd get 100, you'd get 100, or one of you would get the camera and the other one would have to pay the other for half of its value. Do you understand?
Yes.
There's a difference between that and buying you a skateboard, sir, because you can only fit one behind on a skateboard, the last I looked. Right?
Sure.
All right, so $100, Miss Laporte, you have. Now what about this $250?
Well, when we were going out, I used to front Sean money for various bills, like his son's daycare, etc.
Why did you do that?
Pay. Because I loved him, and he always was responsible and always paid me back on time. I never had a problem with it until the end. And a couple weeks before we broke up, I lent him $250. Some of it was for daycare, and then others was to get him by until his checks came in from his clients. So I gave him the money, and then that following week we broke up, and he didn't pay me back on a couple of occasions. We met, we talked, he said that he would meet me to pay me back, and he never did. One time he told me he'd meet me at a restaurant. I waited for him for an hour. He never showed up. I called him the next day. He said he didn't feel he had to chase me around town to pay me back the money.
Does any of that sound familiar to you?
No, I mean, absolutely not.
Your Honor, I have...
Just up!
It just
No,
really...
don't look at your feet. Look at my eyes.
Okay.
Does any of what she said about making appointments to meet her, to pay her back...
Yes.
Shh. Let me finish. Meeting her to pay her back the money. None of that sounds familiar to you?
Meet her to talk about the issue that she thinks that I owe her the money when I paid her back. That's what we were supposed to meet for. I felt it was irrelevant to even meet with her, so I didn't. And she didn't have a pager or a phone, so I couldn't call her, so I didn't show up.
I had a cellular phone on me that day.
Just a second.
Okay.
Let me understand something. Are you telling me, sir, that you behaved in an unchivalrous manner by making an appointment to meet her to discuss something and then decided that you didn't feel as if you had anything to discuss and then you didn't show up?
Said, yes.
And then you didn't show up?
I
Is that
couldn't
right?
get
Is
a
that
hold
what
of
you're
her.
telling me?
Yes, I did.
Good. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff. $350. Thank you very much.
Parties are excused. You may step out. We'll see. Out the back door to your right.
I'm happy he got what he deserves. He gets away with everything, and I didn't want him to get away with it.
I don't get away with. What are you talking about? Explain yourself.
Mommy bills you out of
Oh,
this. Grandma
give me a
bills you
break.
out of this.
Give me a
Okay.
break.
You know it's true. I know it's true.
And now the next case.
Parties on Ambrose versus Moronian. Step forward, please.
27-year-old actress Melinda Joyce Ambrose says hairdresser Anita Moronian made her hair turn green. Anita says somebody else botched the job.
Miss Ambrose, you are dissatisfied with the defendant's services that she performed for you as a hairdresser.
Yes.
And not only, according to your complaint, do you want to be compensated by having her return the money that was paid, but you also want her to pay for, let's see, $600 for what it cost you to repair your hair, another $1,000 or so for you to take new headshots because you're an actress.
Yes.
This better be good. Go.
Okay. I have a picture of what my hair. I've been growing out my hair for 2 years. I went to expensive salons to have them take care of my hair. Anita is a relatively expensive. She works at a relatively expensive salon. I had been seeing her for at least 7 months. I have a picture of what my hair looked like before she went and permed it. It's bleached hair, and I had put some temporary color in my hair.
Just a second. Let's stop. You sort of glossed over that. So you put some color in your hair.
Yes.
And then when did you call her after you had put the color in your hair?
The morning after, and I told them what I told her boss, and then I told her
You
exactly
spoke to her.
what I put in my hair.
Yes.
Yes.
And she said what?
That it was still safe to perm it and color correct it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You want to tell me how horrible your wife looked?
Her hair after coming back from the salon was very bad. It was very frizzy. It was very damaged. It was orange and green.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Melinda Joyce Ambrose says hairdresser Anita Moronian cut her hair too short, permed it, and turned it green. Anita says she warned her not to color her hair.
Just a sec. Color corrected, which means you put something in your hair.
That was too dark. It was darker than I liked it.
So then you made an appointment, and when did you go in?
It was that morning.
And what happened when you got there that morning?
I checked with her again and again and again, and I said, I used Clairol. It's a version number 1. This is in my hair now. She obviously saw the color difference because she had been my sole hairdresser for 7 months. I said, are you sure it's safe to perm on this hair?
Miss Ambrose, why did you take it upon yourself to do a home hair color on yourself if you had been going to very expensive salons for months and months?
My hair turned out darker than I wanted it to, and so I thought it wouldn't be a problem for her to put basic rinse through my hair to...
In a second.
Okay. A basic rinse through to soften the color and to perm it. It's a non-ammonia, non-peroxide solution, and I told her exactly what it was, and I asked if it could be done. I was very clear about that. I mean, I asked her over and over so much that I felt paranoid, and she assured me that it was fine. She assured me that it was fine to do a color and a perm that day.
Okay, so what did you do?
I went in, got the perm done. It turned out stringy and strawy and awful. Most of the color washed out. Some of it basically baked in would be the right words. It stuck and wouldn't come out, and that turned kind of orange. There were parts that turned green. After Anita saw that, Anita looked at my hair. She told me not to see anyone for 2 days because it was really damaged. She couldn't color my hair that day because it was too damaged, even though she had agreed to at the beginning of that service. And basically let me go. She said not to touch it for 2 days and then to use a semi-permanent color, which is exactly what I did.
Just a second. She told you to do another self-help?
No, she said she wanted to put the semi-permanent color in.
Okay, so she told you to leave with the perm that you said was not good and not do anything for 2 days, and then you should come back to the salon for whatever corrective measures with regard to color she would do.
Yes.
And then what did you do?
And I left out a detail, is that she cut off most of the green and the orange, making my hair basically a couple inches shorter than it is right now.
Well, you wouldn't want green and orange in your hair. So then she told you to come back in 2 days. What did you do?
In 2 days, I went to someone else who was not her, because I would never go back to somebody who did that to my hair again.
Miss Ambrose, you're talking as if this lady did what she did to you on purpose. You don't believe that she did this to you on purpose.
She told me,
hey,
Your Honor.
you don't believe she did this to you on purpose.
Not on purpose, out of seeking money and out of negligence, yes.
Okay, now I'll hear you.
First of all, she's calling, I mean, I'm not a better actress than she is. She's acting, but I don't know how to act. So she called the salon around 2 o'clock in the morning, left a message. I mean, this is not a normal hours.
2 o'clock in the morning? This is before you
she
worked
brought
on her?
me in my day
Listen
off
to me.
do
Listen
her
to me.
hair.
Stop talking. Listen to me.
Right.
Well, I want to know about when you started to do work on her.
Not
with this perm.
She called that morning. It's my day off. She begged them to call me and have me to go and do her hair. In my day off, I went to do her hair. Tried to do a favor to her, and she's telling me negligently
Just
I
a
burned her
second.
hair.
What happened when you got to the salon?
She came in the salon. I came in my day off. I did her hair, what I had to do.
What
Her
did you
hair
do?
I permed her hair.
What kind of a discussion did you have before you permed her hair?
I mentioned to her, I said, every time you have a chemical process, anything happens, your ends might little damage. And it's very possible with the perms. It's always possible.
Did you tell her that?
Yes, I did.
She just said ends might have a little damage. That's like not 3 inches.
Your Honor, can I continue?
Yes, continue.
So I did her perm, but when she came, she had already green hair on her hair.
Just a
Every
second.
time you have a perm, your hair shrinks because it's curly.
Of course, that's, you don't have to be a
I
physicist to
trimmed the
figure that out.
ends. I didn't chop her, I didn't shorten it 3 inches. It's already, when you perm the hair, it's by himself, it shrinks.
So when you cut off the ends?
I cut off the ends.
And you told her to come
and
back
I told her, I said, I cannot color your hair because she wanted me to color it. I said, come back in 2 days because a perm needs to oxidize the neutralizer has to oxidize on the hair too, between 24 to 36 hours. So I told her when she come back, I can put semi-permanent color. Since that day, I never seen her.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I knew from the first day I met you, you are a weirdo. There's something wrong about you.
Thank you.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Actress Melinda Joyce Ambrose says that she could not go on auditions after hairdresser Anita Moranyan ruined her hair. Anita says she's not the one who ruined it.
In order for me to say to you, I'm comfortable with any of your allegations, you had been using this lady for 7 months. You put your own process on your hair, which you know if you're a smart lady, and you rely on your looks to make a living that you shouldn't have done. Clearly, because you didn't like the result of what you did, you called her. She came into work on her day off to do your hair, to perm it, right?
Apparently, yes.
Apparently, yes. So I assume that when you called, you were hysterical that your hair was too dark and that somebody could please come in and do your hair.
I doubt I was hysterical.
My problem is you'd been using this lady for color.
Yes.
You started a process that you hadn't used before. You were going to get a perm. A perm was going to change your appearance because it was going to make your hair curly instead of glorious and straight.
Yes.
All right, so that you were going to do anyway, which would have required, if I read your complaint correctly, additional headshots, because then if you had curly hair, it's different from straight hair. It's also shorter hair.
That's why I only asked for 2, because in the year that it's going to take me to grow my hair out back to there, I'm assuming 1 headshot session would have had to have happened anyways. But I lost all the headshots that I had. I can't use them now. I can't ever use them again. And I'm going to have more than that done
So
in
then
this
you
next year.
you learn 2 things. A, you should let a professional colorist do your hair if you rely on something. B, if you decide to have 3 processes on your hair, you risk your hair turning orange and green.
Your Honor, can I ask you to please understand
Sure.
one thing?
Sure.
And also, I'd like you to hear from my husband, if that would be possible.
What does he want to tell me?
How horrible it looked right after she did it, because he saw it.
Oh, sure, I'll hear you. I'll hear you. Step up. Step up, sir. Your name?
Nick Ambrose.
You want to tell me how horrible your wife looked?
Her hair after coming back from the salon was very bad. It was very frizzy. It was very damaged. It was orange and green. And I know how careful she is about her hair, and how she was very, very, very insistent that she told what was on the box of the actual label of the box of the dye she put on the day before, so that the person who was doing it would know exactly what was there and would be able to judge whether they could do a safe process or not.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a software engineer.
Let me ask you this question, sir. If somebody has a computer and they take their computer and they try, and doesn't seem to be working right, and they have a guarantee that goes with the computer, and they decide, well, they think that they could fix this computer, so they take a toothbrush and a toilet plunger. Say, I could fix this computer. I'm going to stick in the toilet plunger. I'm going to roto-root this computer, right? And then the computer doesn't work, and they bring it to you, and they say, hey, I got a guarantee here. The computer doesn't work. And you say, listen, there's an intervening thing here. There's an intervening thing here. You took this toothbrush, you took this toilet plunger, you try to fix the computer yourself. I don't understand why a woman who has been going to what she says to me is an expensive salon for 7 months, one night gets a bee in her bonnet that she wants to change her hair color, goes down to a drugstore and buys a box of something for $2.98 and puts it in her hair, or for $4.95 and puts it in her hair. And then she's so hysterical because of the way she looks that she can't even wait for this lady to come in on her regular day. She's got to come in the very next day and not say to her, listen, can you just fix the color for me, throw a rinse in, I just want to get it back, but comes in and says, I want my hair permed.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
You had here a dissatisfied customer.
Right.
Your dissatisfied customer paid you $125 for a process that she was dissatisfied with. Let me tell you what good business is. Good business is saying to a dissatisfied customer, listen, I'm sorry that you were dissatisfied. You've been my customer for 7 months. You've paid me for 7 months. You're dissatisfied. I don't think I did anything wrong, but you're dissatisfied with the service. I don't want you to be dissatisfied. I'm going to give you back $125. That's what you originally called for, correct? You said you called because you wanted your money back.
Yeah.
And
she wanted more.
Hey! The people are so stupid, they just don't understand. You said you wanted your money back.
Yes.
And if they had given you your money back, this matter would have been closed.
If it had happened right away, yes.
Good. Now it's right away.
It's not right away.
It's right away to me, madam. I'm giving you your money back, $125. It's more than I think that you deserve. I think that you contributed in part to having your hair damaged. You can't do one process, another process, a perm, and then a color to your hair and expect your hair to be as pristine as it is in this picture.
Your Honor, didn't she have a responsibility to tell me that before she did the process?
I believe that she told you that you were going to have damage to your hair. The fact that you didn't want to hear it is your problem. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $125, period. End of case.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue.
56 on the calendar in the matter of Green versus Jones. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated.
Thank you, Bert. Ms. Green, I've read your complaint. According to the papers that you filed, you and Mr. Jones met, became romantically involved, and during your rather brief relationship, you made a lot of loans to him.
Yes, that's right, Your Honor.
He was needy.
Yes.
So you want your loans, this money back?
Yes.
Because you're no longer an item.
That's correct.
And for your part, sir, you have a rather interesting defense, and your defense is she was generous to a fault, right?
Right.
And that you did a lot of work around the house.
Right.
So, when did you meet him? How long did you see him? Did you live with him? And why did you start making these loans?
Norman and I met in December of 1995, and at the time when we met, I owned a restaurant, and he owns a restaurant also. So we had a lot in common. And we were sharing various ideas and pros and cons and how difficult it was to actually be an entrepreneur. Several months after that, I was going on vacation for a week out of town, going skiing in Aspen. Norman volunteered to house sit at my house, which I said, okay, fine. And while I was gone, he not only house sat, but I gave him the keys to my car, and he stayed there for the week that I was gone. And so, a long story short, by the time I came back from Aspen, he still had the keys to the house and the car, and I kind of let him keep the keys. It didn't matter to me. And he started staying at my house on a regular basis, and he basically moved all of his clothes in, and he was living there. Shortly after that, then he said that he had some money that was stolen from him, which were the receipts from his business, and he asked me to make him a loan of $1,700. And he drew up some paperwork. I signed that. I wrote him a check for $1,700.
What kind of paperwork?
Actually, Your Honor, I do have a letter that was dated February 26 here. It's a letter from Norman explaining that he's having difficulty at his business. And the next page is a promissory note that Norman drew up, explaining that he would repay me my $1,700 within 30 to 45 days, and he would make interest on it. And if he did not repay my loan, he would pay the full court costs involved.
Does that sound familiar to you, sir?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And you didn't work this loan off by doing things around the house?
Yes, if you ask me, I did.
Stop 1 second. Let me take care of this work around the house.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones, according to your answer, sir, which I have read very carefully, you list, I assume, the most important things that you did in the house. Is that right?
That's right.
You repaired a light fixture. How did you do that?
I took the old fixture and put a new one in.
He changed the bulb.
No.
Just a second. I just wanted to find out if what he was saying was he pulled apart the whole ceiling and the walls and did the rewiring in the house.
Not the whole ceiling, but the light fixture I did take out and put a new one there.
Yeah. You said you repaired the alarm system on the house. How'd you do that?
The wiring was no good, so I repaired it.
Just step by step. Tell me what you did. You went over to the window.
Right. Found the traces that come from the alarm system. They were broke, so I put new traces on the.
No, I don't understand that. I've never done that kind of work. You found the tracers, which means you found the right two wires, right?
The wiring.
And you put it all in, right?
I put new wiring. Same thing, wires.
Okay. Did that take about as long as changing the light fixture?
Longer.
How much longer?
I have no idea how much longer.
A half hour longer, 45 minutes longer, an hour longer?
Give it a half hour longer.
All right. So we have 5 minutes plus a half hour. That's 35 minutes. Then we have miscellaneous jobs around the house, such as repair to cabinets. What kind of repair to cabinets, sir?
Broken hinges, knobs, these kind of things.
What did you do? Broken hinges, so what'd you do? You took
Put new hinges.
Put new hinge on. How many cabinets did you put new hinges on?
No, 4 or 5.
How much do you think all this work that you did is worth, sir?
First of all, no one can pay me what I'm worth.
How much do you think all this was worth? All this work? $50? $60?
$500.
That's an interesting number. Okay, we'll just put that in the hopper for a while. Now, let's get back. We have a $1,700 loan.
Right.
And what else?
Then Mr. Jones needed some money because he was trying to buy some equipment for his restaurant. And he told me the story that he was asking various friends and acquaintances to loan him $2,500. He would repay the money with interest. So I wrote him a check for $2,500 the middle of June, Your Honor.
Show the check to him, please.
Here's the check with his signature on the back.
Look familiar? Yes. All right. Should we take that as a yes, Bird?
I take it as a yes.
What else? What else?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I wanted a friendly relationship, and she wanted an intimate relationship. That's it.
And later today,
I'm looking at you, I'm looking at her. There's no way she's going to get into your dress. I mean, not that you don't have a lovely figure, you do. It's just different figure from hers.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sales manager Sheila Green says her ex-boyfriend Norman Jones swindled her out of more than $5,000. Norman says that he and Sheila were not a romantic couple, but she was a charitable friend.
What else? What else?
After the $2,500 loan, then Mr. Jones was having car trouble, and his car was in the shop for a period of time. He was not able to get it out. It was $200. He was taking a cab back and forth from my house to work. And so finally he asked me to loan him the $200. I agreed to loan him the $200, so he wrote me a check, a post-dated check, which I have tried to cash on many, many, many occasions, and there is no money in this account. Every single time that I went to the bank, there was no money in the account.
Show him this check, would you? Thank you. No money in the account?
Yes, there's money in the account.
Now, he moved out?
Well, what happened, again, there were some other loans after that, Your Honor. All the time, Mr. Jones is still living at my house and driving my car. He had a car. His car was, sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. But I did let him drive my car because he was at the time a very hardworking man, and I thought he was trying to do something for himself, and I really had faith in him at that point in time. However, over a period of time, he started staying out later and later. He was always out, and he always had these business meetings or these dinners and whatever. He stayed out later and later, and it got to the point where he was staying out all night. And I just told him I couldn't accept that any longer. Staying out all night was not acceptable to me. So
He was your boyfriend. You were romantically involved.
No, we wasn't boyfriends. That's the problem here.
Just a second. You believed he was your boyfriend?
He was living at my house, Your Honor. He had keys to my house. He was sleeping in my bed.
No, I never slept in your bed. I never slept in your bed. I never slept in your bed.
Let's not go there.
I slept in the room or
no,
in the
you
couch.
did not.
Miss Green, Miss Green.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Am I going to be able to tell my side of this?
Absolutely, sir.
Mr. Jones lived at my house for approximately 6 months. He paid no rent. He had keys to my house. He had keys to my car, which he preferred to drive over his own vehicle all the time. I let him come and go as he wished. I didn't ask any questions. I really didn't care until he started staying out all night, and I refused to let him disrespect me and disrespect my home, and I asked him to leave at that point in time. He even laughed in my face when I asked him to do that. And so I told him, I said, if you leave here and go to your place of business, and it was on a Sunday, when you come back, the locks will be changed. And he still left. And I called a locksmith. I looked in the yellow pages. I called a locksmith, and I had the locksmith come and change my locks immediately. Cost me $100 to change the locks.
Best $100 investment you made.
Best $100 I ever made. He called me shortly thereafter, laughing, telling me he thought I was kidding. I said, no, Norman, I kid you not. You need to come get your clothing right now.
Good. Now, Mr. Jones, I want you to tell me why you don't owe her this money.
Okay, the money that I owe Sheila is the money that I signed with the promissory note. I'm not...
And what about the $2,500 you needed for business equipment?
Listen.
No, I understand the $1,700.
Okay, can I explain it?
Yeah, explain to me the
Me and
$2,500.
Sheila was friends. We were friends for a while. Things wasn't going for myself as well as they are now. Sheila offered to help me. She offered me to come and stay at her house. And then she started expressing to me that she wanted an intimate relationship.
I don't think so, Norman.
Miss Green, please.
She started expressing about this intimate relationship that she wanted with me several times. And when I refused it, she said, you're going to have to take your things and leave. The other things that Miss Green done for me, she done because she wanted to help me. I don't know if she was trying to buy me or what she was trying to do, but I told her I didn't want no kind of relationship like this with her. So she got upset and told me to leave, and I took my things and I left.
Judge Judy is ready to rule. And later today...
You're sad. I try to help you because you didn't have a mother, and look at how you treat me.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sheila Green says she helped Norman Jones out when he needed it. Now she needs the $5,000.
You sound like a very intelligent woman.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Intelligent, educated, savvy, good businesswoman.
I work hard for my money. I don't need to give it away to people. I was trying to help this man because I believed in his product and he tried to use me. And that's not acceptable to me.
Now, Miss Green, you may have believed in his product, but as good a judge as you probably are of people in business and historically in your life, you didn't make a good judgment with regard to him, right? Because clearly, based upon the answer that I read, even before I saw him, he's a user. Because anybody that can claim a $500 bill for changing a light fixture is somebody who will resort to anything not to fess up to their obligations.
It was more than a light fixture.
That's what it was. It was a light fixture, sir.
There was several things around the house.
So what? You live there rent-free. You should have scrubbed the floors. Hey, listen, you should have scrubbed the floors if you were living there rent-free.
And maybe I did.
No, I have a cleaning lady.
Listen to me, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. There isn't a question in my mind that you never took a sponge to the floor, sir. Not a question in my mind. That's a nice tie you're wearing, Mr. Jones.
I'm not too
Tie's
proud.
going to cost you, along with the rest that you owe this lady, $5,000. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000.
Thank you,
That's
Your
all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
923-78-5959. Ayape Emanuel. Ya, gracias. Vamos a recoger a Jasmine. Jasmine, te voy a recoger. Tráfico acá, hombre. ¿Por qué hay tanto tráfico aquí? Dígamelo por favor. ¿Por qué hay tanto tráfico? Ya, esta vez se quieren meter al túnel. Al túnel donde se quieren meter. Yo quiero ir de frente, compadre. Para pasar, oye. Fuimos vilmente engañados, estafados. Recuerdan que habían dicho que no iba a hacer sol, no iba a haber calor, que iba a hacer un frío terrible todo hasta septiembre. ¿Qué estamos? Junio y ya está saliendo el sol, pero joder, con fuerza. Full mentira, como todo lo de los políticos. No, terrible, terrible decepción la que me he ganado. Está Monse. No me gusta mucho el color. O nada, creo que quiero decir que no me gusta. Me gusta muy poco o nada. O ayer me dio la propina a las gringas que iban. Muy bien. Se agradece. Soy un imán. Soy un imán para el dinero y para las putas. Ay, qué rico. Gracias por todas estas bendiciones. Voy a chingar un rato más. Creo que me quedan 2-3 carreras más por hacer. Esa carrera de acá tengo que llevarla a la Molina, ¿verdad? Que tengo que llevarla a la Molina. O sea que tengo que agarrar e irme por ¿cómo se llama ese sitio? Acá a la derecha. Todo Benavides seguro, hasta Velasco Astete posiblemente. O hasta Evitamiento. Vamos a ver qué sale, ¿eh? mañana sí salgo a chambear un rato. En la tarde. Y hoy día hasta la tarde. Pero está bien, creo, se presta, ¿por qué? Se presta porque no dicen que va a haber esas marchas, esas protestas. Se presta para regresar a mi jato y descansar. A ver si está ahí mi pasajero. Uf, justo me dan el rojo. ¿Dónde está mi pasajero? Creo que vine por la hueva, son. No llega mi pasajero. Pero voy a zafar nomás. Creo que voy a zafar. Pasajera, ¿dónde está? Pasajera. Cuarto piso. Zafo. Solo te voy a decir que zafo. Solo te diré que zafo. Oye, no encontré el usuario, cancelar, me voy. Hablamos. No vayas a joderme, te tombo, mejor agarro y me meto así con cautela, con cuidado, con el direccional, porque si no, me cobra este desgraciado. Ya, paga, me va a decir. Así me va a decir. Y yo no le voy a dar nada. Mis condolencias. Mis condolencias, parece Patita que iba ahí en la camioneta con esa flaca. La vida es un riesgo y él está viviendo la vida, está viviendo el peligro minuto a minuto con la flaca manejando. Pendejo. A mí me da miedo cuando se me cruza. Cuando veo esas flaquitas que agarran y te meten el carro así sin poner direccional, sin medir la distancia, ¿no? Agarro y le dejo pasar, pasa y haz tu destrozo por allá, pero por aquí no. Y zafo. Son terribles las flaquitas. ¿Por qué será que son tan monces para manejar? No todas, pero la mayoría. Hay algo que no tienen desarrollado sobre la conducción que el hombre sí tiene. Hay algo ahí. Hay algo ahí. Pero no sé qué es. Ya vamos a llegar a recoger a la pasajera. No sé dónde lo vamos a dar a San Juan, ¿no? San Juan, no sé ahora qué causa que es. Ah, sí, pues así dicen. Pero estoy saliendo un rato. Voy a chimbear hasta la tarde nomás. Será pues hasta las 2:30. Estoy por ahí por mi jato. Oye, ese Alastor quiere su Navidad, Año Nuevo, todo con su carro. Oye, este cargador está tech. Cada rato está que carga, me va a joder el fondo. Se desconecta. ¿Qué número es? 265-240. Voy a ponerlo a la izquierda. Hola, buenas.
Acá adelante, ¿puedes correr un poquito el asiento?
¿Para atrás?
Sí.
¿Ahí? Más.
Ahí está bien, ahí está bien. Ya suban ya, chicos. Cuidado, cuidado con el carro.
¿Qué tal? Buenos días.
Buenos días. Un ratito. Ya. 55-68.
Ya, gracias. Buenas tardes.
Santi, pásame el cinturón, por favor. Llega
más o menos 19 minutos.
Ya, ¿sabe qué? ¿Usted tiene QR?
De Yape, sí.
¿Ah?
De Yape, sí.
Sí, 12.90 sale la carrera.
Ya.
Para hacerle de una vez, ¿ya? Listo, joven, ya está.
Ya, gracias.
Ay, calor. ¿Cuántos grados estará haciendo? 24 dice acá.
No parece, ¿no? Hasta que quema más.
24, 26 grados, Asu. Bueno, está bien para no sacar ropa, para cargar ropa.
Sí, ¿verdad? Sacar
Ricardo con Fabio y Santi lo van a llevar a la ceviche, al Chifa. Y yo ahí, como no puedo caminar mucho por la rodilla, voy a tomar un taxi, aunque sean 3 cuadras, no importa, y nos encontramos en Jade.
Así, así. Dice que para eso está ¿Y si queda? ¿Sí queda? ¿Te cancela el ruido? ¿Te cancela el ruido? Más o menos.
No sé por qué se ensucian las uñas. Yo no hago nada y sin embargo se ensucian. Y alguien no ha lavado las cosas, ¿no? Volviendo. ¿Tú te acuerdas dónde es el Jade, Santi?
Sí.
De las 4 estaciones más arribita. Sí. Ya, para que tú les acompañes a Ricardo, a Fabio y con el abuelo, ¿ya? Ahí hay rampa para que suba la silla de ruedas, ¿di? ¿Ah? Sí, ¿no? ¿Vas a cansar, Fabito, de empujar al abuelo? ¿No te vas a cansar? No, ¿di? Bueno. ¿Qué? ¿Qué cuadra es esta? Ah, 31, está bien. ¿Por dónde va a entrar?
Anda.
¿Conoces cuál es el pollo marino? El pollo, digo, el pulpo marino. No. Yo quisiera que entres por ahí, no antes, para ubicarles a ellos el restaurante a donde tienen que empujar al abuelo.
Todo de frente creo que vaya.
Sí, un poquito más arriba vas a entrar por...
¿Por dónde?
Ya te voy a decir yo.
Claro.
Pero al final es lo mismo. ¿Conoce dónde está el restaurante Las 4 Estaciones?
Ah, ya, sí.
En
Antes
esa
de llegar
esquina.
a San Borja Norte, ¿no?
Por ahí hay que doblar, pero
Ya.
quiero enseñarles dónde está el restaurante para que se ubiquen. Porque el restaurante El Chifa está más acá, viniendo para acá. Ya no me dio tiempo a pintarme las uñas, se está abriendo solamente la base, se está pelando.
Tiene que pasar de al lado.
Esa de las 4 estaciones puedes ir para allá, ¿no es cierto?
Sí.
Ya, ahí. Sí, porque a veces lo manda más antes del Waze, pero ahí creo que entres por San Borja Norte. ¿San Borja Norte es?
No estoy seguro. Vamos a ver, ahí me va a indicar.
No es San Borja Norte, ¿o sí?
Antes de llegar a Javier Prado, tal vez.
Claro, antes de llegar a Javier Prado.
Ahí me va a indicar. Tisano creo que se llama esa calle.
¿Ah?
Tisano creo que se llama esa calle.
No sé cómo se llama. Sí, creo. Acá está el Bembos, allá está el Kentucky. Se ve más allá. Es tráfico, ¿no?
Hoy es sábado, sí. Mañana, hermano.
Sí, pues.
Sí. ¿Pero por qué grito? Diente. Dental. Sí.
Pues esa zona es zona
Porque
de
aquí es la
restaurante,
estación, ¿no?
¿no? Esa es la estación, sí.
Sí. La cuadra es 25, es aviación, avenida, o sea, es, a ver, es
Aire.
el Jade se llama, la cuadra es, lo que yo lo encontré en Google, es cuadra, es avenida Aviación 2576.
Sí, vi.
Para allá. Los pares están allá,
Sí,
creo,
veo.
¿no?
Sí, vale.
Recién abre a las 12, así que estamos bien hasta acompañar. Está, o sea, antes de la avenida Las Artes.
Ah, recibe.
Mira, según lo que estoy mirando aquí, la que sigue es avenida Las Artes, para allá, y ahí está Girón Leonardo da Vinci, 2 cuadritas, y ya se voltea.
Ya, ¿de dónde lo van a ver? ¿De
A
qué?
la avenida Las Artes, ahí tiene que voltear a la derecha. No es San Borja Norte, sino Las Artes.
Ahí vas a ver la... casa
Mira,
de Las Artes.
aquí está el JDB. Oigan, ustedes dos. ¿Lo ven?
Sí.
¿Ah?
Sí.
Ya.
Del lado de la tina. Vamos a hacer.
Porque aquí ya enseguida vamos a llegar a las 4 estaciones. Oiga, te ubicas, mira el letrero arriba, Santi. El Jade bien grande está.
Sí.
Ya. Pues sí, siempre tienen que cruzar por las esquinas.
Vamos a jugar, mímica.
Acá que les enseño para que vean.
Tienen que venir con tu abuelo hasta la avenida Las Artes.
Perro.
¿Escuchan lo que les estoy diciendo?
Sí. Debería de ser.
Hasta aquí, como siempre venimos cuando vamos a la Rambla, a Sarcleti. Vienen por acá, cruzan y lo llevan. Y no es muy lejos, es igual de que ir a Sarcleti. El pollo marino está aquí al otro lado.
Bailando.
La que sigue es Leonardo da Vinci.
Zapatilla.
Hacia la derecha. Hacia la izquierda, perdón.
Del lado. Sí, sí.
Con cuidado, aquí nomás es. Ya hemos pasado. Más atrásito, por favor. Está lleno de autos aquí.
¿Acá?
Moto.
Aquí.
Ya, gracias.
Sale bien 12.90, ¿no?
Sí.
Ya, porque otras veces
Sale más.
me pues, cobran por espera. Y yo nunca hago esperar al taxi.
Ya, nos vemos, cuídense. Buen día.
Gracias, ¿eh?
Gracias, cuídense. Oye, este calor te ha hecho una mierda. No siento ni mierda de que me enfríe el aire acondicionado. Creo que es hora de subir la potencia. Sí, está que se calienta contra. Vamos a avanzar. Esto vamos a ver si puedo agarrar y ¿cómo se llama? A ver, sale el video que tengo acá. Estos dos son Oye, ojos. Desgraciado. Señora, ¿qué está pasando aquí, señora? Mire lo que hace, mire la travesura que hace. Voy a romper esa tubería, ¿ah? baja, huevón. ¿Cómo vamos a bajar esta huevada? ¿Cómo no vas a bajar, oye? Estoy. Está buena, Juan, ¿no? ¿Qué tal buena? Ya, gracias.
Pelín, ¿ya me tienes?
Ya, pero sí. 923 785959. Al yape Emanuel. 1090, sí. ¿Emanuel Sánchez? Sí, Emanuel Sánchez. Ya, listo, ahora sí.